Now we have Harold Thomas from the Ministry of Health and Sanitation. Harold is the risk communication lead at the Ministry of Health, and on Zoom now he's joined us to talk about the monkeypox, the MPox. Good morning, Harold. Thank you for joining us.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
So this information about monkeypox has led to some, fear here and there. What's the official status of Sierra Leone as it relates to the monkeypox virus?
The monkeypox, which was MPox, which was formerly called monkeypox, now we are calling it MPox, according to WHO. It's a viral zoonotic disease, and there is currently outbreaks in a lot of countries, including, Africa, the Americas, and some other Asian countries. And even a neighboring country, Liberia, Cote d'Ivoire, they also have cases. But I can tell you as at 9:20 today, the 26th of August 2024, we do not have a case in Sierra Leone because according to the Integrated Disease Surveillance and Response Protocol under the International Health Regulation, just one case of MPox, which is an immediately reportable disease, is an outbreak. So we do not have an outbreak in Sierra Leone at the moment. But what we are doing is we have a robust preparedness plan. We are trying to make sure that we do not have any importation of the virus in Sierra Leone. But if anything happens, if we have a case, then we are even more than very prepared to make sure that it does not spread.
Thomas, it's good news that it's been declared that we do not have monkeypox currently in the country. But the picture of the deceased is scary, and even the ministry said the symptoms were also very similar to that of monkeypox. What has the ministry done to check? Because that picture does not look normal. That is definitely something wrong. What's the ministry doing to look into that deceased's case to ensure that whatever that is, it's contained?
I would tell you that suspected cases should not be of any interest to the public. What will be of interest to the public is a confirmed case. Every day we are suspecting cases of different cases, be it Ebola, Marburg, Rift Valley fever, Congo Crimean fever, MPox, and all other diseases. What we do when we suspect cases, we make sure that we test these cases in our laboratories. And if they are not positive, then it's not a case. It's no case or not a case. So it may be as a result of other causes, but if we want to talk about monkeypox, that case in question was not as a result of monkeypox. And it was unfortunate. This was an internal document that was leaked from somebody who actually happens to hold those confidential documents. But these are what we call situation reports internally that should not be actually given to the public, because we do not want to create panic. We have suspected a number of cases since even before these outbreaks are scattered all over the world. So that case that I'm saying is not a case. It's not monkeypox. So what we are doing every day, we are doing what we call active case search in surveillance. We do not do passive case search any longer. So we expect a lot of these type of cases. Anything that looks like monkeypox, we have for the general public, we have a simple case definition, which is fever and rash. If you have fever and rash, you report to the nearest health facility or you call 117, and we will immediately make sure that we investigate these cases. But if we are looking for monkeypox or MPox, that case is not a case, and we do not have a case in Sierra Leone at the moment.
It made many of us, the lay people, got to a point of understanding that viruses can mutate. The ministry had said the deceased person had, shown signs and symptoms of MPox virus, but now it's saying the case is negative. So if that was not the monkeypox, what killed that individual? Because clearly that is not a normal circumstance death. Something is radically wrong.
So you are trying to assert that you, as a journalist, do not believe what the Ministry of Health or the public agency has said when they have, done tests, scientific tests to prove that it is not MPox. There are a lot of diseases that show present with rash. We have a number of these diseases that present with rash. So to only know the differential is when you do a confirmed laboratory test, and that is done. And then we have always been doing tests like this, and we are very, very sure of the results that we are seeing. So if someone has chickenpox, for example, or someone has those Koplik spots for measles, or these ones, can you say these are MPox? No. We would only say it's MPox when it is proving to be positive for the monkeypox virus. And we are saying this, that it is not as a result of the MPox virus. We have kept the aliquots, the samples. Anybody can prove these ones. But unfortunately, as I said, suspected cases should not be of interest to the public. Do you know how many cases of EVD, how many what we call suspected cases of EVD we see on a weekly or a monthly basis? And all of them are not positive for EVD. But if they are positive, then we will come out straight away to tell you that we have a positive case and we have an outbreak. Do you know how many cases of chikungunya or Rift Valley fever or Congo Crimean fever or other diseases like yellow fever, which are viral hemorrhagic fevers? We have how many suspected cases we are seeing, but it is not of interest as long as it is not a case.
Can you hear me, Harold?
Yes, I can hear you.
Interrupt you there so you would understand the context of it. It's not about whether or not I agree with what the ministry is saying. The point I'm making is the ministry has said it's not monkeypox. But I assume that the ministry, even though you've said earlier that the individual showed signs and symptoms of monkeypox, now that you've conducted your test and it's not monkeypox, I'm assuming the ministry would be curious to find out what the cause of his death is, so we don't go into another epidemic. So it brings us back to, if it is not monkeypox virus, what killed that individual?
That is under investigation. When we isolate that particular specimen for MPox, it's not MPox, then a lot of differential diagnosis will be done, and it's in progress. So it's not for me now to say it's this or that until the investigations are, are concluded. So, but I would assure you that it is not. It is not MPox. That case is negative for MPox, and unfortunately, as I was saying, suspected cases are of no interest to the public. What should be of interest to the public are cases that are confirmed, or cases that, when we have confirmed cases, if we have epidemiologically linked cases, which we call probable cases. But for as the moment, suspected cases that have turned negative for the particular disease that we are investigating should not be of interest to the public. Every day, for instance, if someone by signs and symptoms is being suspected of having a disease like HIV, for instance, the only thing that will prove when it is that person is positive for HIV. But we cannot just by looking at the clinical manifestations, then we say this is an HIV case. This is not how we work in the Ministry of Health. We have protocols, and we would ensure that we adhere to these protocols, and we make sure that we give people sound and accurate information as we are doing now. We tell what we know, what we do not know at the moment, we are able to say, and we will update the public as events unfold. That is what we are doing now.
What would you leave with the public, to those who maybe stumble upon suspected cases or have any information to share? What should they do?
They should report, call 117, which is a toll-free line, or they go to the nearest health facility. And we have made it very simple for them. We have not qualified any of this rash. We say fever and rash. So when you see that, whether it's heat rash or it's measles or it's chicken pox or it's any reaction or Stephen Johnson syndrome or whatever, you report to the nearest health facility, or you make sure that you call 117. The business of investigating suspected cases is the interest of the Ministry of Health, the Public Health Agency, and all the health development partners, and we are working on it. This is a technical area that we would make sure that we do all we can to do our work in this area. But when it's suspected, leave it to us, and then we'll come back to tell you that this suspected case is a positive case. You know, the British will say it's no case, or the Americans will say not a case. Either it's not a case or no case. We will tell you straight on.
Those brilliant submissions.
So he said you either go to the nearest hospital or you call 117. So I'm just testing the system right now by dialing 117.
So as you testing the service provided by the ministry, and you're still watching Wake Up 7 on AYV television on channel 33 and on radio 101.7 FM.
It's saying voicemail disabled for this extension. I'll try that one last time.
Keep sending us those comments, question, and contribution, and as we go along, we'll have to go through them. We're still having the studios.
Hello. Hello, good morning. Yes, howdy morning.
Hello?
Yes, good morning. Can you hear me? Hello? Hello? Okay. That's the 117. It was just to test the system.